Now, a survivor story from the Sweat Lodge ceremony that killed 3 people in Arizona 2 weeks ago. Nearly 24 others had to be hospitalized after the ceremony, which was part of a so-called spiritual warrior retreat. Dr. Beverley Bunn was in that Sweat Lodge. She is the first to tell her story in public. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
You're an orthodontist. You've had extensive medical training. Was there a point at which during this ceremony in the Sweat Lodge you thought, this isn't right? There are people in here who are really sick, who are really suffering.
Yes.
Were people allowed to leave if they wanted to leave?
If the door was closed, you couldn't leave. If the door was open, you could leave. At the 5th round, someone was passed out, and she was taken out. At the 6th round, they'd said that she was passed out, she isn't breathing, but they yelled it out and stuff, and by the time that they had actually said that and announced it, the door was closed. No one can leave when the door is closed, and the door is now closed. This round has begun, and we will deal with that at the end of this round.
When you got out, and you could see that people were really suffering and in fact were losing their lives, what did you think?
I started to look around, and I saw that there were many people lying around who were not conscious. I saw people with mucus coming out of their nose. I saw mucus coming out of their mouth. I saw eyeballs rolled back in their heads. I was bringing dry towels and blankets and things to them. I tried to pair people up so that they would actually coach people to breathe, talk to them, try to make them alert, call out their names. Once I got people paired up in one team, I would go to another team. Then I went to another team, and then I went to another person. I called out his name, and he opened his eyes, and his eyeballs were blood red. All the blood vessels had burst in his eyeballs. And I paired him up with another person, and I started to look for Kirby. Kirby was my roommate there. I started to look for Kirby because I actually started getting a little bit scared. I started to look for Kirby, and I knew that they were doing CPR on one person at the time, and then I looked across the tent, and I could see actually through the door and through the other side of the tent, and I could see them do chest compressions on Kirby.
Kirby died.
That's when I told one of the dream team participants, one of the dream team people. I told them about 10 times. I said, I'm a doctor. I said, I know CPR. I know CPR. I can help. I can help. I knew that those people were getting tired, because by the time that happened, they had probably been doing chest compressions for at least 15 minutes.
Is there a way to put into words how you feel about having participated in this?
I was abandoned, as well as everybody else was abandoned on this situation. It was a crisis situation. It was like a total triage situation. There was like many people lying around. Everyone was unconscious. James Ray was over by Kirby and James Shore, standing there, and he abandoned us.
No explanation, no apology.
No, nothing. We were told that we went to the dinner hall. We were in the dinner hall by 6:30 that night. About 11:30 that night, we were told that Kirby and James had passed away, and that Liz and Sydney were in critical condition. Many others were taken to the hospital. We were trying to do a head count. We figured out where everybody was, and we never saw James Ray ever again, and he's never contacted any one of us. He's not contacted any one of us again, other than we had a conference call a week ago, and I know that that's on the internet. So I'm not going to speak about that. So, but he doesn't know what some of us are going through.
We appreciate you taking the time to share your story with us. And for now, we've got to go. But Dr. Bunn, we thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.